Hello there, adventurers, and welcome to Wall ADM. Today I would just like to take a quick moment to answer a very popular question that has occurred in quite a few of the comment sections of my puzzle videos on this channel, and that is the cutouts that I use. I use a lot of cutouts of doors or fireplaces or treasure chests and things of that nature in my puzzle videos, and I've gotten quite a few comments from viewers and subscribers asking me, where did I get those? Well, guess what? You're in luck. I'm going to start with the easy answer. It was called Cardmaster Adventure Deck Design, and this was an Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd edition supplement. And this here is dated 1993. And what this is it's a standalone adventure set, and it can actually help you do impromptu dungeon mastering. In fact, I would even go as far as to say that if you are looking to do an adventure by yourself, one person, then this set here would allow you to do that. So let's take a little bit deeper look at this is the Cardmaster Adventure Design Deck for developed by TSR and Richborg for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so what all is included in this set? Honestly, I don't know if I still have all the pieces or not. I mean, you got to remember that I've had this for 20 or 25 years, and we played it a lot. It was whenever my players like, hey, can we play? And I didn't have anything pre-made up in advance. I just grabbed this, and away we went. But let's start with this. This is the manual, and it has instructions on how to play the cards that come with it, and I'll get to those here in just a little bit. But it's pretty much the instruction manual on how to use this set. Also included in this set are the cutouts that everybody has asked about, and there's probably about a page and a half, 2 pages of those. And like I said, I use those in my videos all the time, and it seems like everybody likes them. There's bookcases, there's shelves, there's trunks, doors, traps, things like that in there. So really cool cutouts I get to use in my videos, and you could use them too on your playmats or however if you were to get this set. It also included because like I said, it's impromptu stuff. So like we had a dungeon room here, and this is going to be really cool in a minute when I show you the cards. So we had a dungeon room, and then we had a corridor, and that was it. And so you could place your minis in the corridors or coming through, and then place the door up here, and things like that. Now I'm going to show you the heart and soul of the set, and that is, it is a Cardmaster game. So let me show you the cards. So my apologies up front if there's a little bit of glare, if this is hard to see. I'm doing this at my desk here, and just not sure if I'm getting the best lighting. But here we go. There's 3 different decks in this game. There's the location deck, the monster deck, and the treasure deck. Now let's take a little bit closer look at each one. Okay, so let's start off with the location deck. Now actually, before you begin, there are 3 levels. And I'm going to just go ahead and flip over a room here. You see the green dot in the lower left-hand corner? That shows the 3rd level of a dungeon. See how this blue dot here? That is the 4th level of a dungeon. And then we have a red dot. That is the 5th level of the dungeon. So when you begin a game using the Cardmaster, you start off with the green. And the cool thing is the monsters and the treasure also have corresponding green, blue, or red dots. There are also some creatures, like the centipede, that are white, or some traps that have white circles. The white circles mean that they can be found either on the green, blue, or red levels of the dungeon. So just to take a quick look on how this would actually go in a game, you as a DM, you would just flip over a card, and you tell the adventuring party that you entered this room, and there is a door to the north. There's a fireplace in the middle of this room. It looks like that it's been put out for a very long time. In the northwest corner of this room looks like a barrel with a skull to the left of it. and a staircase that seems to go or a ladder that seems to be to go nowhere along the west wall. So as a DM, and I apologize for rushing through those descriptions. I would probably go in a little bit more detail in my own campaign, but just to give you a general idea. As you can see, there's plenty of stuff in here for the DM to describe, and if a character like searches the skull, maybe there's a gem hidden inside of it or something like that. So this game here leaves a lot up to the imagination of the dungeon master, yet still provides them without having to make up a map in advance, and allows him or her to just do an impromptu dungeon. And as you can see, this green dot in this room is blank. And also note the 2 green dots on the doors. The 2 green above the doors mean that if the party goes through this door, they're going to stay on the 3rd level of the dungeon. The plain green dot means there's no encounter in this room. Here is a different dungeon room. This one has a bed, a crate, and a ladder over here. And as you can already tell, this is where all of my cutouts come in very handy. And I just lay these out on my mat. An empty green dot, there's no encounter in here. Let's say that the party came in through this door, and if they leave through this door, this shoots right to the 5th level of the dungeon. So this will go into a red room. And as you, like I said, green is the easiest, blue is the second easiest, and then red is the more difficult area of the dungeon as far as Cardmaster goes. So this is how you switch levels in the dungeon. So there'll be some, open the door, there'll be some stairs spiraling down into a red area of the dungeon. Now here's a unique room. This pretty much sums it all up. This room is empty with the exception that it does have an encounter. You can see a face of a monster right here. So now we need to pull out one of the monster cards and see what they've encountered. But before we do that, we'll also notice that from this room, let's say we came in through the green door over here. Now the party can go out through this door to the 4th level of the dungeon, which is blue, or to the lower level of the dungeon, the 5th level, through this door, which is red, or they can just stay on the easier level going through the green door over here. So a really cool set, this Cardmaster, and the deck is thick too. I mean, there is a lot of cards in each one. So every game is different. I mean, you kind of build the dungeon as you go. Every game is different. You've got like monsters everywhere, as you can see here. Here's a red monster here, a blue monster here for encounters. So the location cards are well thought out and easy to navigate for the players and the dungeon master. So let's take a look at those encounters. There we go. Here's a sampling, and it's kind of hard to see this one over here, but we've got a green dot, which is 3 hobgoblins. They have a hit die of 1. Their armor class is 5. Now, for those of us playing Pathfinder, D&D 3.5 or above, we are going to probably have to revert to our monster manual because this is old school armor class, where the lower the better. So, and God bless them, right next to that is Thaco, 2-hit armor class 0. So these are old school, as I said, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition supplement. So therefore it's got the old armor class, which the lower the better, which is a 5, and a 2-hit armor class 0 of a 19. So in order to hit armor class 0, anyway, history lesson maybe sometime in the future. But this final dot shows green dot and a treasure. So this room will have a treasure with the 3 hobgoblins. So the party comes into the room, they encounter 3 hobgoblins, they fight them, whatever else, and at the end of the encounter there is a treasure chest in this room with treasure in it. And then here is a blue level or a 4th level dungeon. The blue dot monster, we have 2 gargoyles. Gargoyles are pretty tough. 4 hit die monsters with a very low armor class of 5. And Thaco is 17, and this monster also has a treasure in it. Our final one is a red level monster, and boy, these are scary. You want to have some higher level characters if you're going to introduce 2 mummies into the game. We've got they have a hit dice of 6. Their armor class is a 3. To hit them is a Thaco, a 13. And this one has a treasure chest with a red circle, and it has a question mark. That means it's maybe a random roll or up to the dungeon master as far as if there's going to be treasure in this room. There are also some white dot monsters. We have over here the 5th level wizard. Now we can introduce maybe NPCs that are roaming the dungeon that are friendly and maybe help our party, especially if they're having a tough time navigating and have fought too many battles already. Or we can have these as bad guys. Maybe they come up against a 5th level wizard and they have to defeat him or make it out of there alive. And then here's another white dot monster, a Megalo Centipede with a hit die of 3, armor class 5, and then no treasure. So these are white level. They can be encountered on green, blue, or red. So any level of the dungeon, you'll find the white level monsters. The final 2 cards in the monster deck is, and these are both white level, so they can be found on any, is a pit or a trap, and then the Wandering Monsters card. So there's a few of the pit traps in there, and I believe you just roll, they fall into a pit, and they either get a saving throw to fall in or get out of the way in time, and then you roll like 3d6, whatever the number is here, for damage. Now, the Wandering Monsters, when this card's flipped up, you shuffle all the decks, and then draw the top 2 monster cards, and then they have to fight both of those, no matter what color they may be. So the Wandering Monsters help shuffle everything back into the library, and then gives the party 2 encounters or 2 monsters to fight. And now we're going to look at our treasure cards. And again, these are marked green, blue, and red, and there are some white ones. I'm going to flash the white ones in here real quick. The white treasure cards are actually traps. So here we have an arrow trap of a 4, or a poison gas trap. Now these will be found on the treasure chest, and if the rogue doesn't try to detect traps and remove traps beforehand, then this trap, it's not treasure, or there may be treasure inside, but the treasure chest is armed with a trap. And being a white dot, they can be found in any level of the dungeon. So again, we have green, blue, and red level treasure. So the green pile you're going to find on the green floors, the blue on the blue floors, and the red on the red floors. So if you defeat a mummy, chances are you can get a magical item or a lot of treasure over here. If you're defeating hobgoblins in the green area, then you can get a bag of gold or something like that. So looking at our top ones here, we've got a bag of gold, which is 100 gold pieces. We have some bracers of protection. When protected by the bracers of protection, the adventurer can only be hit on a roll of 8, so those are really cool. Boots of speed. The boots of speed let the adventurer attack twice in the first round of combat. They may be used once per battle. So a couple really cool magic items. As far as the bracers go that hit on a roll of 8, that may be something to do in the instruction manual, but I'm not sure. But still really cool magic items, and they are based on whatever level of the dungeon they're on, the easiest to the hardest. I'm going to end this video just flipping through some of the monsters that are in here and some of the treasure. So here we go. We'll speed it up a little bit, but here's what you can find in the Cardmaster deck set. And now let's look at the treasure. So that's my review of the contents for Cardmaster Adventure Design Deck. I believe it had probably a set of dice in there too. So just a great thing for impromptu dungeon mastering. Just takes a little bit of imagination. Just flip the cards over and you've got your encounters, your treasure, and it builds the dungeon as you go along. And I think I still have most of the pieces. I also believe it included a set of dice, and you know, who doesn't need new dice? But just a great set, and it gave me all of these cutouts that I use in my YouTube videos today. So that's my review, and hope you liked it. Oh, one more thing. Trying to find this online is very, very hard. I think I've seen a couple on eBay for about $20 to $25, but they are very rare and few in between. So if you can find yourself a copy of it again, I would probably snag it and grab it up. It's a great supplement for your game, but very rare and very hard to come by. I mean, it's about 25 years old, and it's been out of print for a very long time. So that's all I have for you today. I appreciate you hanging out with me as I go through the set. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and on to the next.